Hey, your mic's back.
Mike's back.
Mike's back. Is it
My
dark in
mic
here?
is back.
And it's gonna get in trouble.
The usual dark.
Now entering Nerdist.com.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of the Half Hour Happy Hour with Allison and Alex. I'm Alison Haislip.
And I'm Alex Albrecht. For the next half an hour-ish,
Yeesh.
we are going to be sipping some booze and spitting some news. Right into your news hole.
News holes.
As it were. Newsels.
Newsels.
That would be a good Saturday morning cartoon, right?
I'm into that.
Do you remember the Wuzzles?
Yeah.
Did you guys remember the Wuzzles?
I like the newsels, though. It's like news for kids.
Yeah, the Newsels.
Someone get on that.
Kids, it's time for today's Newsels.
We're literally less than a minute into the episode, and we've already come up with a brilliant idea.
A brilliant idea.
It's going to be a good episode.
Hey, you know what? If only we could find somebody to write, produce, direct, and star in this Newsels.
Whoa!
Wait, maybe we could get Tom Super Volcano Krajewski to do it.
Well, hi there, kids. Ready for some noozles?
Can I be a character with a lateral lisp?
Yeah.
All the characters.
That's all I want to do in life is speak with a lateral lisp.
Amazing. It's like,
Maybe I'll do
and
it-
here's Allison, our science correspondent.
Should I do this entire episode in a lateral lisp?
I am going to say no.
How about if I do it like Sassy
Oh,
Cat?
God. Sassy Cat is back.
Sassy Cat is
Sassy
back.
Cat's back.
Oh my god.
I missed Sassy Cat.
Sassy
Hi,
Cat's-
guys.
Did you see the picture of the
I
Sassy
did see
Cat?
the picture of the Sassy Cat.
Miss Sassy Cat's back.
Sassy Cat.
How you guys been? What have you been up to?
Good. I've been good.
Well, I've been hanging out here for the past 2 minutes since the last
I know.
episode.
Okay, with that, should we admit
we
that?
probably did.
We're doing a bit of a binge recording because
Hence
both
Sassy
Alex and
Cat.
I are going to be out of town for a little while.
Yeah, I'm actually excited. I mean, I
Yeah.
guess, I'm not there. Oh, maybe I am there.
Where are you?
I'm going to Antigua.
This is airing on the 9th. You're there.
Yeah,
You
on
have
the 8th.
left. You have left the country.
I have left the
Dude.
country.
Goodbye.
I'm in
Yeah.
Antigua.
Oh my gosh! If this is April 9th, that means it's my little cousin's birthday,
Oh.
and my little cousin is now 21,
Oh my god.
which makes me feel super old.
Oh.
Number one,
Oh.
but number
Okay.
two,
Oh.
he
But I'm going
prob-
to do a story about liver disease then.
Oh, great.
Because
Okay,
it'll make sense.
perfect.
No.
Let's just let's
scares
segue
me.
No,
in.
it's a good thing.
Okay.
But
good.
he let me promise, or he made
He let me promise.
Sorry,
him.
no. He
If you're
made
nice.
me he made me promise
Uh-huh.
that I
Dear.
could take him out for his first legal drink on his birthday.
Ooh.
Are you gonna?
So-
Do you guys remember
Yeah.
what your first legal drink
I
was?
100% do because I was in college. Clearly,
Yeah.
you're normally in your like junior year of college
Something
when you
like
turn
that, yeah.
21, maybe senior, depending if you were late.
Yeah.
A late addition. I guess I don't know what.
A late
Late
addition to the family.
A new edition. Isn't
Yeah.
that a band from the 80s or something? Anyway, it was my favorite theater professor at Boston College,
okay.
Dr. Houchin.
yeah.
He was
this
the
is
best.
gonna get naughty.
No. He was like, he was just an amazing human being, and he just got me. You know when people just get you?
Yeah, I get you.
And like I even remember, I remember even going into his office and like crying about boyfriends, and he would like
Oh,
teach
yeah.
me. Like he was
Yeah,
the one
you
who
just massage
first.
your shoulders.
No. He was the one who first told me about what the honeymoon phase was.
Oh,
You didn't know
About-
what honeymoon phase was?
Not when you're fucking 19.
Everybody does when they're 19.
I don't think so.
Alex, you
no,
don't.
when you're 19
No,
and
you
you're in
gotta
the
get
honeymoon
through. Yeah,
phase,
'cause
you
you have
think
to-
you're marrying the human being.
you have to get
Yeah.
through the honeymoon phase to realize that a honeymoon phase exists.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
was
most
that your
people
first
don't-
honeymoon phase?
Most people don't get
Yes.
through.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay,
Not-
no, I'm
like
sorry.
I was
Anyway.
like I was like 19 or 20 was the first time I like thought like I'm in love, and then it was like didn't work out, and I was like I'm a fucking disaster. And Dr.
Yep.
Houchin would bring me in his office, or he wouldn't bring me in his office. I would go there and be like, I don't know what I'm doing, and he'd be like, Nah. He's Southern, and he has this like huge like handlebar mustache, and he would always
wow.
like stroke it and be like, Nah, Allison, I gotta tell you. There's this thing, like the first like year and a half that you're in a relationship, it's this thing called the honeymoon phase. And it's not real. It's not real. It's what happens after that that's real. And I'm like, but it was real. Anyway, so
Amazing.
I turned 21 and he was like, I want to buy you your first drink. He's like, but I can only do it during school hours because he had plans that night with his wife,
Yeah.
So he took me and my best friend in college, this girl, Christina, out to lunch on my birthday, on my 21st birthday, to a Chinese food restaurant. And it was like literally 11:30 in the morning because it had to fit in between certain classes.
Amazing.
So 11:30 a.m. we are at a Chinese food restaurant, and it's me and Christina and Dr. Houchin, and he bought me, I think I had a White Russian. I think like literally that was my first legal
Amazing.
drink, or maybe it might have been like a vodka It might have been a vodka tonic. I don't know. It was either a White Russian or vodka tonic. But anyway, that was my first legal drink was Dr. Houchin.
I love it. Mine was at the Turf Club.
Ooh.
Oh my
and the
God!
Del Mar racetrack.
Really? Oh wow!
Yeah, I
You're
was just
such a yuppie.
We were just down because my birthday's in
Love the Del Mar racetrack,
August.
Yeah.
And so I was always on summer break during my birthdays.
Yeah.
Which, when you're a kid, sucks because none of your friends
they're all at camp.
They're all at camp. They're all away. They all go on vacation. Or I'm on vacation. Right.
Yeah.
So it always sort of sucked. I mean, it was fine, but
you lived.
I lived. Yeah.
You grew into a just fine human being.
I did.
Yeah.
But so we were in San Diego because we would spend our summers in San Diego with my grandparents.
Great
and we were
racetrack.
in San Diego, and we happened to get tickets to the Turf Club at the Del Mar racetrack.
Nice.
And I remember I went up and I ordered a beer, and the guy didn't card me. And I was like, "No, you have to card me." I was like, "You have to card me. It's my birthday today," and it was that day.
Yeah, no. I went out to dinner. I mean, I didn't go out to, I went out to drinks on my 21st birthday, like later that night, clearly, with my friends, and we went to the White Horse Saloon. Or the White Horse Bar. I think it's called the White Horse Tavern in Boston.
Okay.
And we went there, and I went to go in, and the guy didn't card me, and I was like, "You need to card me." And he was like, "Okay." And he looks at my ID, and he was like, "Oh my gosh, it's a happy birthday!" And I
You
was
look
like,
so much older than this. He looks 42.
And then I took a picture with him holding my ID, so I still have this picture of the bouncer who carded me on my 21st birthday.
That's great.
That is amazing.
If only he could see me now, drunkenly doing podcasts
He's like,
in someone's garage in Hollywood.
Hollywood.
Da-da-da-da-da.
I made it, man. I'm in Hollywood.
Hollywood.
drinking in a garage.
Drinking in a garage. Yeah, I'm still in Boston drinking in a garage.
I know. How about
the
you,
same
Tom?
thing. What about you?
don't
I
remember?
I cannot remember my first legal drink. I can remember the first time I got
Interesting.
drunk.
Well, do you remember your 21st birthday?
Honestly,
I'm
no.
so sad. I'm
no,
like, what?
I do not remember my 21st birthday.
Because it was a good one.
Maybe, or it was so horrible. I honestly don't remember what I did.
Wow.
Well,
Interesting.
the first time I got drunk was my first night at college at UMass Amherst.
Yep, that's
Oh,
basically
really?
everybody's first time drunk.
No,
is-
my
Yeah.
first time drunk first time drinking was New Year's Eve of my senior year of high school.
Yeah.
Ah.
sounds
Yeah,
about right.
and I had 2 Bud Ices.
2 Bud
And I was
Ice.
like,
Yeah.
woo!
Dude, the ice beer is always stronger.
Oh, yeah.
Alcohol.
No.
Dude.
Natty Ice. I used to
Yep,
drink that.
Yep.
I used to
Beast
think
Ice. That was my
Beast Ice?
Milwaukee's best ice.
Beast-
I used to think that ice
was-
meant that it like got colder.
The more you drank it, they call
Classic.
it.
Which, by the way, with that name, doesn't that make way more sense than it being stronger?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
but it's
You're
also
right.
not. It's not just stronger. It's the way. It's like cold brewed, right? Isn't that the whole thing?
No,
They
that's
use,
that's
like,
the fancy coffee these days.
yeah. It's the same. I think it's the same.
No,
it's not the
because
same.
Bud Ice is like technically quote unquote worse than Bud. It's like less quality.
That could be.
Yeah,
It's
so
the
I
ice
can't
in
I
it.
can't imagine that it's
definitely
brewed
the ice in it.
better. Yeah.
So Tom, first
Yes,
day of
sir.
college,
Yeah.
UMass Amherst, and you were like, "I'm gonna get Hamhurst."
Nice.
Amherst!
Yeah. 20th. Yeah, I lived on the 20th floor of the
Yes.
Kennedy dorm in Southwest. And the guys down the hall were sophomores, and they had Absolute vodka. I'd never had vodka.
Was it a dry
Oh.
campus? Mine was a dry
Are you
campus.
serious?
Yeah, so you couldn't have alcohol on
At American
Oh my god, that's
University.
so lame.
Really?
Really?
But in the fraternity, you could, because I was off campus, right?
Well, yeah, but also people drank like a motherfucker.
Yeah,
you would get caught and
I'm
then
gonna be
get
honest.
reprimanded.
I don't. Boston College might have been a dry campus. I just have literally no idea because
Yeah.
there was alcohol everywhere.
There was
I
one
honestly
place
don't
that
remember
you could
either.
drink it, which was the Tavern. It was
Yeah.
like a little
The
bar that you could
Tavern.
go.
Oh, wow.
If you were of age.
There used to be a bar at BC, and they got rid of it before I got there. And everyone,
Interesting.
we would always go to like the place where the bar used to be, and we were like, "This used to be a bar."
There were older kids.
Yeah, a whole
Which
year
is
older.
so funny because they're like fucking 19 and you're 18.
yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
They taught me to do shots of vodka, chasing it with iced tea. I think it was Lipton iced tea.
Oh
Ooh.
God!
And like it was a really, really bad night.
Yeah.
So I was totally hungover my next day, first day of
Wait,
classes.
like literally the first time you drank?
No, first time I
What?
got drunk.
Oh, first time you got drunk.
Yeah.
I think I've already. I think I said this, but my cousin who's turning 21, he's already told me that he doesn't get drunk. Have I talked about?
Oh, yes.
Have I not
You've been
talked about this on
You
the
did.
show?
I think
yeah,
you did
yeah,
because
yeah.
we all were
And
like,
I was like, no.
No,
Yeah.
everybody gets drunk.
Yeah, you
Let
just
me
don't
show
know
you.
it yet. Yeah.
Let me show you. I just remember from like a drinking experience that I have a vivid memory of.
Oh, no.
Is it the one where you walked up the stairs and you realized you were?
No,
really
that
drunk?
that was my first. That was my UMass Hamhurst.
Oh, that's the first time
where
you
I
got you
that was
puked.
me getting drunk off my ass for the first time.
Right.
Which was when I became a
man?
Rageholic.
yes, a man. No, that
A
was
guy.
when
I think that's when you became a guy. I think
that was
that's
when
it.
I lost my
You're a
friendship
boy?
with tequila.
Oh yeah, but I think you're a boy, And then you get really fucked up on booze and you become a guy.
I become a guy.
And then you learn how to treat women right and you're a man.
Oh.
Like those are the
I like that.
stages, of maleness.
That's the gestational period of
of
a man.
maleness, yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
I
Did
like
we get
that.
to all those places yet?
I think I'm still at
I don't know.
boy.
Really?
We'll see. We'll
Like-
see.
Because like girls can be like girls and then they're like chicks and then they're like women.
Oh, wait, you can't call a girl a chick though. We could not call.
No, you
call
can
You
when you're
could.
in that period.
Yeah.
No, we
Just
still
after they
can't
came out
call
of the
you
egg.
You
chicks.
can't now,
They're not
probably
a chicken
not,
yet.
but like back then, you know.
No, I
Back
think
when I was in college.
I think I like had a breakup or something. There was something where I was like,
They're
I
the
made
worst.
the
See, you didn't have a
decision-
Dr. Houchin to teach you about
no, totally not
the honeymoon
phase.
period.
But I had a conscious decision of I'm going to get fucked up by myself in my room now.
Yeah.
And guess what my liquor of choice was?
Oh no. Bailey's.
Bailey's Irish Cream.
Yes, I know it. I knew it.
Because I was like, fuck it. I can just go buy a bottle of Bailey's.
Yeah.
So I bought
What?
a bottle of
That's what you
Bailey's,
drink?
and I got so sick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
So sick.
Oh my!
Yeah.
God.
You can only drink so much, which
Yeah.
I've discovered.
Yeah.
You
But
can, and by
that's
the
why
way,
you
it's
mix
less-
with-
not a bottle.
It's less the alcohol and
Oh, it's
more
just
the
the
like everything
creaminess.
else in it. Yeah.
just
Really?
the rich, thicky creaminess.
Did you drink that alone? Did you say?
Oh yeah. I watched a movie, drank a bottle of Bailey's, and then threw up all over the place.
You were like, "Where's my Heather? Where's
oh
my
yeah.
Heather?"
Oh, back then, I didn't even know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking about it. I was like, I don't even know who it was that
Wait.
I was.
So wait, when did that happen? What year was that?
You were in
Oh,
college.
God, I don't know.
When
I
was
know,
college?
Well, no, it must have been my junior year.
'Cause you could buy the booze.
Well,
So
but also
you-
I was
98?
in 98 was when I graduated. So it was 97 because I was in my triple because I lived with two other guys in a 2-room thing
Yeah.
because each floor had one triple and we got into the triple.
Right.
And it was me.
That's
and
so
it was
funny.
It was that room. I know.
My freshman year at BC, there were a lot of forced triples where 3 people lived
funny.
in one room because
Oh.
they had
Too many
overcrowding
people?
issues. But I ended up with the one double on my floor because I think I was.
So it was all triples except one double?
No. It was supposed to be all triples.
Oh wow!
But at the last moment, my third roommate decided not to go to BC. And so my other roommate and I ended up in a double, but we also, because we had the room that was smack dab in the middle of the hall,
Yeah.
it was a slightly bigger room because of the
Weird.
dimensions. So we lucked out with only 2 people and a bigger room, and we were like, we're living the life.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
That was kind of the thing with the triples because with the triples there were two regular sized rooms,
Yeah.
but only 3 people in them. So like my
Right,
buddy
exactly.
and I
That's
stayed in
what
the back
yeah.
room, and then my other buddy stayed in the front room. But then we had like a living room, which
Yeah.
most people didn't have.
Yeah.
Right.
Although on the other side they had like quads where there was like a little living room in the middle.
Yeah, I lived in a quad.
and its own bathroom, which we
Yeah.
were super jealous about.
Yeah. I also lived at.
I threw up in one of those too. I
Oh,
remember I put on
I'm
a
sure I threw
kamikaze headband.
No, you did
I
not.
made myself puke, and then I continued, and then I went out.
You booted
You were a
and
party
rallied.
man.
Yeah, I
dude.
booted and rallied,
I
man.
miss
Booted and
those
rallied.
days.
I mean, I'm sure I
It's
threw up.
fun.
Days so
I'm sure I
much.
threw up in every college dorm room that I lived in.
Oh, I didn't live in it. It was somebody else's dorm room. I was
That's
just
how.
visiting.
Well, no, I clearly threw up in
Dedicated he was.
other people's college dorm rooms too.
Oh,
but
man,
I'm just saying.
Serious. I mean, this is great. Now we're talking about like how many places we've thrown up in our lives. I mean, I have so many great throw up stories.
Oh,
Do
yeah.
you?
Oh God, I
I'm
love
so
them.
glad I've never heard you throw up because you make it sound like you're dying, right?
I do. No, I do. It
sounds horrifying from what you
it's
describe.
Bad. It is bad. It really
bad.
does feel like my soul is coming out of my nose.
But with the last time,
Here's what?
That's what it sounds like. If you can think about exactly what it sounds like, that's what it is.
Sounds like to me.
It's close. It's close.
I'm just thinking
It's
of less
dying
coming out of my
cats.
nose.
Less whiny and
But
more
that's something
explosive.
coming out of my nose.
Yeah, it's
No,
more
explosive isn't out of the nose though.
Yeah,
Out
but
of
it's
the
just
nose,
painful.
It's
This is bad. I don't know why we're still talking about me vomiting.
So
All right, let's get to a story.
yeah, story.
Story.
email?
Oh,
Or
wait,
email?
let's do
We
the
haven't done
story.
an email.
Well, let's do the story because it has to do with your buddy.
Oh
who's-
yeah. My
who
buddy.
can't-
You mean my cousin?
Yeah, that one.
Not my buddy. My cousin.
Gene of human mutants
That's
point
in
to
quotes.
a new superpower.
No
What?
way. What?
So
This
DNA
is-
researchers have.
We only talk about quote unquote news on this
This
show.
is quote unquote
not
news.
quote unquote comic books.
No, this is quote unquote news.
Okay, just making sure.
So DNA search finds people resistant to liver disease.
Oh.
No.
Can we mimic the effects with a drug? So there's this company
Okay.
called Regeneron
I trust
Pharmaceuticals.
them immediately. Trust them immediately.
Regeneron Pharmaceuticals.
Put them right up there with Cyberdyne.
Yeah, exactly. Skynet Industry Pharmaceuticals. So they're a big-time biotech company, as is quoted in this article. So
Yeah.
we're going
Big
to go
time.
with big
They
time.
call themselves
Big time.
Big time
No, they're big
pharmaceutical. What they've discovered
Farmy big time.
is they can actually find DNA sequences
Okay.
that allow people to basically mutations in people's genes that cause them to have positive effects, and then create drugs that mimic that effect.
That's
I'm okay.
awesome.
If they can do that, why doesn't everyone do that?
Well, because they've got all the science,
But how
and
do,
they locked it in a closet.
how do they have all the science and we've never heard of them?
Well, we have because they have a drug.
Just now.
Right now it's
But
just coming out.
now.
So they basically are coming up with a pill because I guess the
A pill? I don't
US
trust a pill. I would trust an injection more than I would trust a pill.
Interesting.
Like a serum. That seems like that would actually like
What if the
do
serum was
something
in
to
a
my
gel capsule?
DNA.
Capsule.
No. Like something that like has to be injected into your bloodstream. I would trust over something you swallow and you have to digest it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And where does that scientific decision come from?
Because things going directly into the bloodstream react faster than things you swallow and have to digest.
Generally, she's right. It's
Interesting.
safer to
Generally,
inject
she-
stuff than take pills for it.
Yeah.
It's actually
Is
So
it safer?
But just think about it.
Relatively.
You think you can
I
change
just-
your fucking DNA by swallowing a pill?
No, I don't think they're
Such-
trying to change the DNA. What they're trying to do is they're using the mutations in the gene to
Okay.
understand what it's doing differently and then make a drug that mimics that action. So one of them is like if they have a deficiency
Right.
in this one gene and it allows them to have less impact from obesity and heavy alcohol use on causing fatty liver.
Okay.
And so what they do is they go, okay, well,
Okay.
what is that? What is actually happening inside that person's body
Yeah.
body McFace?
Body
I-
McFace?
yeah, and then they go, we can make a pill to make that body McFace happen in other people's body
Oh,
McFaces.
good at body McFaces.
Yeah.
Okay.
So technically, it could be a pill.
Yeah.
It could be a serum,
Yeah.
as you say.
Yeah.
It could be a shot.
I mean, look, if it's a shot
through
is a
my
serum.
ass.
A shot is a serum.
Well, it can be. It
Could
can
be-
also be
What-
anything.
What else would a serum be? You don't drink
gonna-
a serum.
You could.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah,
make
if
a
you're
serum.
in the fucking medieval times and you have some like
First off,
you
that's
can
where
drink
I always
serums.
drink serums. Is when I get a Diet Coke, a
I-
chicken
I didn't
leg,
even-
I champion
the
green,
physical
and
medieval
I have
times. I
serum.
thought even in the era of the medieval
out.
ages, middle ages. If you're
Yeah.
in the Middle Ages,
By the way, have you guys gone to the pirate version of medieval
I
times?
haven't,
No.
but I've heard it's fucking
That's
awesome. And
so
I wanna do
Is
it.
it? Where is it?
It's
Should-
in medieval times. It's basically right
Yeah,
next
it's like
to medieval
literally
times.
across the street.
Yeah, it's
Got it.
medieval times
I
adjacent.
think maybe we should take a half-hour happy hour field
Yeah.
trip.
Yeah.
Someone out there has a hookup with Pirate Adventure. That's what
yes,
it's called,
I think
right?
it's. I think that's what it's called. There's
Pirate
also a
Adventure.
martial arts one which I haven't.
What?
Done. Yeah, it's fucking
Listen.
ninjas.
Yeah.
We'll even take a hookup to medieval times. We'll take all the
Yeah.
hookups
Yeah.
and then we'll go
Oh,
and
my
we'll
big
post
chicken
all the
leg.
funny shit from there.
Yeah, totally. We could just bring an audio recording device in and just do a podcast in the middle of it.
Wait. Did I tell you guys?
That would be amazing.
I can't remember if I talked about
Yeah.
this on the show or not. So speaking of my 21-year-old cousin, who I will clearly have to get this serum for,
Yes.
so his liver doesn't.
Or maybe he
degenerate.
has
Or maybe-
this
yeah,
genetic,
maybe that's it. Maybe
and
he's
maybe
one
he
of the
isn't.
mutants.
Yeah,
Maybe he's telling the truth when he says he
Yeah.
doesn't get drunk.
he's a mutant.
Oh my gosh!
Ooh.
But he is the music director of an a cappella group at UCLA, which is where
I think
he goes
you
to
told
school.
us that you went and visited. You went to a show.
I did. I did
Yeah,
say this.
yeah.
And did I talked about live tweeting it.
No, I don't think you
Oh,
talked
okay.
about that. I don't remember that.
So I went out to dinner. So my cousin was in this a cappella, the ICCAs or the ICAs, I think they go by. I'm not sure.
Ickas.
The ICAs.
Attractive.
But it's
Yeah.
basically, I talked last episode about Pitch Perfect.
Yeah.
How they go to the collegiate competition. That's the ICAs. They don't
That's
call
amazing.
it the Ickas in Pitch Perfect, but that's what it is.
Got it.
So my cousin was in the quarterfinals
of the
this.
Ickas.
And it happened to be, this is by coincidence, it happened to be at UCLA.
Oh.
Like they pick a new location every year. So it just happened to be at his school. So my aunt and uncle were like, we're going, you have to go. I'm like, totally. My grandmother was in town. We're like,
So
we're
great.
going to do this. So I go out to dinner with them beforehand. And not Brandon, my cousin, he's like, he's at the
he's
school.
working.
He's
He's
And
warming
so-
up his zap, zap,
and his beatbox and it's like, yeah, all that. Whatever. Anyway, so I'm at dinner with my aunt and uncle, and my grandmother, and we're like ordering all the food and we're drinking all the wine. And that's when my aunt lays on me that this could potentially be 3 hours long.
Oh, amazing.
And it's Saturday night.
Saturday night. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right.
I have chosen to give my Saturday night to an a cappella competition in the first place, and then I
Yeah.
find out that the competition might be 3 hours long.
Yeah. You know what that's called? A shockapella.
A shockapella.
Yeah.
But also like Loyalapella. That
It's
doesn't
a
work.
Loyalapella.
I'm like, I gotta go support my cousin, right?
Yeah.
I'll take it.
But I'm also like, the only way I'm surviving this is by
drunk. Oh,
drunk
live tweeting it.
and live tweeting.
Amazing.
I basically was like, I'm not going through this alone.
Amazing.
So I made the decision.
Make us suffer too. with
And
your-
so I arrived and I just immediately began tweeting all the things. And I just made like a thread. You know how you can thread things on Twitter now? You can.
I don't really do
actually.
Twitter.
You're an old man.
I
I know
know.
you don't.
I
because
thought you did know how.
I mean, I just don't use Twitter. That's a new thing.
Okay,
I
go
know.
ahead.
Threading.
Continue.
Threading's new. But like Alex doesn't even post our podcasts. Lame.
I do. I did last 2 weeks ago.
Okay, sure. Whatever.
That was the
Anyway,
last
so
thing.
I do this entire thread.
Yeah.
And while doing this thread, I find like someone tweets me back and she goes, "My daughter is in that competition right now. I wish I
what?
could be there with you, right?" And she goes, "My daughter's in that competition. She's in a group called Resonance." And I went, "That's my cousin's group."
Wait,
So
what?
I have a follower on Twitter whose daughter is in the same acapella group as my cousin.
Amazing.
Oh my gosh. So I'm like so excited. I'm like tweeting this whole thing. People are writing me back. I'm like responding to people, like whatever. It's great. My cousin's group ends up winning the competition.
What?
I mean, they were fucking awesome.
That's
Some
classic
groups,
resonance.
there were very good groups. Some groups not so good.
Yeah.
But their group was really. I also know the very strong correlation between you've seen a cappella competitions
Yep.
at some point. Like the groups that really commit to like, okay, we're only wearing black and green.
Right.
Right.
And then
Yeah,
they
yeah,
wear
yeah.
any combination of black and green. Like if they really commit to that, they're really good.
Interesting.
Is that how it
Costume.
goes? That's the correlation.
Yeah, outfit.
So I tweet this entire thing. It only takes about like 2.5 hours, by the way. So I'm actually like pleasantly surprised. And I get out and like Brandon
Pleasantly
wins.
surprised. Not by the quality, by the brevity.
Yeah, by the brevity.
Yeah.
And that my cousin wins, so it feels
Brevity.
It
Yeah,
feels like
it's
hashtag worth it.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And so we get out and we're like waiting for my cousin to congratulate him. He comes out and we like hug him. We're like, "You won, that's amazing." Blah. And Brandon goes, "Allie, everyone's freaking out because they're reading your tweets." And I'm like, "What?" And my Twitter thread went viral amongst the collegiate a cappella community.
Oh,
Like I can't tell you, like when I kept looking at Twitter, it was like the amount of college a cappella groups
my
that retweeted
gosh.
me or were tweeting at me.
Amazing.
They were dying. They were like, "This is the perfect description of someone who's never been to the Ickas before." And
Oh
so-
my
That's
god!
funny.
So you basically were doing your own little version of Pitch Perfect on
Yes!
Twitter for the audience
But, like,
that needs these
like
things.
for days on end afterwards, I was still getting responses. It was still the whole thread was getting retweeted.
That's
I was like,
amazing.
wow. And I was like, I feel like I need to make a living. This is my point. Is like we can go to medieval times or pirate
Oh,
adventure.
yeah.
Like I could make a living of live tweeting random performances that I have no inside information on. You know?
Yeah, and you could just call your new company
Yeah.
Viral Thread.
I will just drink
Viral thread.
and tweet
Yeah.
random shit
Yeah.
about an entire performance.
By the way, a lot of
sports.
famous
Yeah.
people are like that is people's jobs.
Yeah, I know,
There are a
but,
lot
like-
of people that is literally their career.
But I'm funnier than them.
oh.
This is true.
Ah.
Can't
So
argue.
that's what needs to happen.
Oh, there you go.
That was acapella, right?
That was a cappella because you did it without instruments.
Without the instrument.
Without instruments.
Yes.
I think that's how it works. So maybe there's an so maybe your buddy, your buddy,
my buddy,
your
my cousin. He's my cousin who's about
Brandon
to turn 21.
has this.
Brandon, not
Brandon has
Yeah.
this gene,
Yes.
but there are other
Yeah.
genes, like other mutations that
I
people
could
can take.
totally see
That's
my cousin
awesome.
Brandon being a mutant. He's like cool like that.
He's cool like that.
All mutants are cool.
He's
Yeah.
so smart.
Yeah.
So they have like this company has Regeneron
Regeneron.
It does sound so
it
shady.
sounds like
Regeneron.
it sounds like a company that ends up on Silicon Valley.
Yeah,
Does,
totally.
yeah.
Like, did you watch Silicon Valley?
I heard what
the
they
opening.
did. Yeah, I heard about the opening.
Oh wait.
The opening. I didn't watch the show last night.
Oh no.
But like in the opening sequence, the title sequence, when they pan across Silicon Valley, there's the Facebook sign that's always there, and it changes to Russian real quick.
Oh, does it? Oh, I didn't see that.
Amazing.
So wait, just to be clear, because this episode's airing later than
Yeah.
we're talking about the season premiere of Silicon Valley.
Oh yeah.
But there's this entire app that they make fun of in it called Slice Line, and the guy who plays the owner of Slice Line is like a buddy of mine.
Oh, that's
I'm like
amazing.
watching that, I was like, Andrew, and he's like the douchiest guy on the show.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna have to watch it because
I definitely want to check out this
I
Russia
do
thing.
like
Yeah,
it.
it's
Well,
pretty funny.
by the way, maybe we should just take 2 seconds.
Okay.
Because it's been getting like Facebook has lost like,
yeah.
$1 billion value
Oh my
on,
gosh,
on its
yeah.
stock.
Elon Musk, our favorite person.
Yeah, power moved.
Yeah.
That was 2.6
That was-
billion likes that he got rid of
Oh
when
my
he canceled those
gosh.
2 things.
Really?
So what happened was, okay,
Okay.
so this UK news agency released this
BBC4.
The BBC4 did
Yeah.
this inside sort of investigative
to the-
journalism
of Cambridge
about
Analytica.
Cambridge Analytica, which
Right.
is a company that basically is a data mining company that will help you get elected. And on the surface, it's just a PR company basically that's just going to help you get what you want. Well, this guy posed as a Sri Lankan investor who was trying to support somebody to become the president of Sri Lanka.
Yeah.
And was going to hire Cambridge Analytica and then
Right.
did all these secret recordings, and it's fucking bonkers.
Yeah, the guy's literally like, we'll send in these women because
Yeah.
they're hot and they will seduce this person
and
and
we'll
get them
record
on
it
camera.
and then blackmail them. And by the way, we've done this before. And it's
Yeah.
like, oh, don't say those things.
Yeah.
Don't say those things.
I know.
I
But
mean-
even more so, like the Cambridge Analytica, like, yeah, they're a data mining company, but they full on like stole Facebook data
Yeah.
and then was like, no, we didn't.
Well-
and then Facebook was like, yeah, you did. And then Facebook was like, but we're not going to do anything about it. And then
Yeah.
that's the big fucking
That's
problem.
the big fucking problem. But so
Yeah.
here's the thing. Basically, that is Facebook has had, ever since the beginning of the campaign between Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump, Facebook has been fucking everything up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And not only just fucking everything up, not understanding what they're fucking up, right?
Right,
So it's
right,
like,
right.
if only a human, like every single thing I hear about them, it's like, it just doesn't even pass the smell test of a human being.
Yeah.
You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you just, pick anybody off the street and just say, do you think this is a good thing? And they would go, that does not
a good thing.
So it's not even like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's not even like, oh, that's really shit. It's just like nobody would be like, that's
Right.
a good idea. Let's keep doing that.
What?
And so they've been fucking it up. But did you hear about the new thing?
Oh, no. What's the new thing?
If you have Facebook on your phone,
Yeah.
it has been tracking your phone history and logging every call you made.
What?
What?
Literally,
What?
he just came out and
No.
said, yeah, so we have
every
been
call,
doing that
Not through Facebook?
on your phone.
Logging every call we make.
Yes,
What does that mean?
your call
exactly?
history.
Like,
They have basically your call history, who you've been talking to on your phone.
So they just see how many times I call companies and I'm like, you fucked up my order. Make it better.
Yeah.
exactly. That's my.
I mean, that's
It's,
the thing.
I don't
like,
I get it.
It doesn't make any difference for people who aren't quote unquote doing anything wrong.
Yeah.
Well, or if you're a person who doesn't want anybody having that information, that doesn't need Facebook
my God.
does not need that information.
No, it clearly doesn't.
And we now know Facebook is flagrant with all of the data they have on us.
Yeah.
Like they will give it to anybody that pays. They don't care.
Yeah.
They will give it to people who don't pay and then go,
I mean, here's
"But
the
it's
thing.
nice."
Wow.
I don't use Facebook. I mean, I have a public
Right.
Facebook
I don't
account,
see it.
and it's really only used for. I have both a private and a public.
Yeah.
And the public one is used for like it basically reposts my Instagrams and like if I have any important news I need to get out there.
Yeah.
That's fine. And the private one I literally keep because I'm like I might need to get in touch with friend from third grade, and that's
Friend
the only way.
from-
Honestly,
But
that's what I
don't-
do is I just
Right.
stalk. I just
no, I don't even stalk. That's my point. I don't get anything off of Facebook. It literally exists solely as a communication tool
Oh,
if I
interesting.
need it.
Right, yeah.
So that being said, all the information that they collect off of me is useless because I do not look at Facebook. Like I will never get the ads that they are trying to pinpoint at me.
Right, but
and I
here's
will
the
never
crazy-
get the like the posts that they push up at the top of my I'll never get that because the only thing I use it for is potentially Facebook Messenger, which I use like maybe once every 6
Yeah, but
weeks.
the scary part isn't that you're not getting given information from Facebook. The scary part is people know information about you that they can then use to send you something in the mail because they have your address,
but
call you on your phone because they have your phone,
right?
Deliver you things in ways that you don't even know you're being delivered information.
Yeah,
that's the thing that's scary.
I guess I never acquire information that way. Like anything that arrives in the mail that is not something that I specifically expected to receive in the mail, it goes in the. I never even read it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm the same
phone
way.
call. I never even answer a phone call that
Yeah.
comes from a number that's not in my phone.
Oh my God!
But-
This company keeps calling me and telling me that they want to give me $250,000 loan.
You should
You're
take
like,
it.
okay.
And I'm like, stop calling me. The fact that you've never talked to me should be an indicator. And I'm on the do not call list, so I don't know.
Yeah, I am
work.
too. I am
Why
too.
they're still able
And
to call.
I get calls from people who are like, "We want to set your home up with this," and I'm like, "I don't own my home. I rent."
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh," and I'm like, "Yeah, maybe you needed that information before you fucking
Yeah.
called the 800."
Yeah.
That's my point. Like, but I understand that we are not the norm.
No, yeah.
Most people are
but this is the
highly
thing.
influenced
And
by
so-
this kind of
and
stuff.
people are now starting to go, I mean, this is the problem is the only reason Facebook is because everybody is there.
Yeah.
Yes.
If people stop leaving Facebook, Facebook has no value.
You mean if people start leaving Facebook?
You said stop.
Did I
said
say stop leaving
Yeah.
Facebook? Yeah,
Yeah,
they
yeah, yeah.
start leaving Facebook, which they have started to do.
Yeah.
So what happened with our boy Elon?
Yeah,
somebody
our boy.
he was like, "This is bad. You should all delete your Facebook accounts."
Yeah.
And this guy called him out on Twitter.
Yeah.
And said, "Well, what about the SpaceX and Tesla pages?" And he wrote, "I didn't know we had those. They're gone."
Yeah.
That's right.
And they had 2.6 billion people
Yeah.
were following those
Jeez.
accounts.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Suck it, done."
Bye. Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
Don't care. Don't make no matter, man.
Oh, by the way, that other Elon Musk story that came out about his dad.
Oh,
What? I didn't
yeah.
hear that.
His
Right.
dad's 70, had a kid with his stepdaughter who's 30 or something
30
like that.
something like
Wait.
that.
I think
yeah.
Elon Musk was saying how his dad is a bad man.
Yeah, he was like, he's
Lots of-
evil incarnate or
His,
something
his
like that.
dad had a daughter with his stepdaughter. I mean, I
Yes.
guess like okay, not blood, but not cool.
Right.
Yeah. Well, and by the way, he married her mom when she was like 4.
Yeah, exactly.
Not-
so he
not
raised her
actually
while she was a
4.
kid. It's like
No,
4 or
yeah.
8, something like that.
4 or
yeah.
8. And then so
Still-
she was raised as him being her stepfather, and then they are now dating.
Oh.
Or having babies at least.
Yeah, having babies at least.
No, you said he married her mom.
Yes.
You mean she was 4?
Yes.
Not mom.
No,
You made
no,
it. You
no,
made
no,
it
no.
sound like he married.
She married her mom when she
no,
was 4.
Yes,
He
he married her
He married
mom.
her mom when
She
The daughter
the,
was
when
four.
the
She's the
daughter
daughter.
was 4. You
Yes.
can't say she. It makes it
You
sound
can.
like no, you can't. It makes it sound like he got married to a 4-year-old.
Well, no, but you
I
can't.
know, but that's what
Yeah.
that's what it sounded
The
like.
she was referring to
I understand
the daughter.
that now, but that's
Yeah.
where the confusion came from.
I get you.
Jesus
Either way,
Christ.
yes.
he's a horrible man, apparently.
Yeah.
Elon doesn't like him.
Yeah, that's super gross.
Yeah, super
Wicked,
gross.
wicked.
That's
gross.
way
You know what
gross.
that is?
Wicked pisser.
Wicked. That's a wicked
Just-
pissa.
just
Way to
gross.
end the
It's also
episode.
wicked gross. It's a great way to end an episode.
Are we
Though.
ending the episode?
Yeah,
Show me the time. Show me the time, Tom.
it's good. It's
Oh,
good.
my phone went off.
No, show it to
No,
me.
it's good. We're good.
I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. I'm not
I'm listening
gonna
to Alex.
Hurry up,
You said
'cause-
we're
yeah.
good, Alex.
We are good, but
Yeah,
hurry
look
up.
at that.
Okay,
We're
fine.
well into the 30s.
Fine.
All right.
Well,
Jesus.
well into
I'm only
the
here for one
30s.
job, guys.
I
Listen
know.
to
So
me.
show me the fucking time.
Oh, jeez. All right.
Show me the fucking.
SMT.
Show me the fucking time.
SMFT.
Get her some more wine.
Yeah, she needs more wine.
Maybe I do. Maybe I do. Hey, listen, everyone.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening. Listen up. You were good listeners. If you would like to email us,
Ooh.
you can email us at halfhourhappyhourfans@gmail.com. You can follow us on Twitter at halfhourhappyhr. You can subscribe to us.
Where?
iTunes,
Uh-huh.
Stitcher,
Uh-huh.
Google Play,
Yeah.
Spotify.
I've heard that's new.
There's all sorts of places. You can
so many places.
just subscribe, validate us, pass us on to your friends. And that is it for this week's episode of the Half Hour Happy
So
Hour with Alison and
sing-songy.
Alex. I'm Alison Haislip.
And I'm Alex Albrecht, sitting in with us as always.
Just killing the
lovely
vibe.
and talented Tom Super Volcano
Killing the
Francis.
vibe.
Somebody blow the candles out. This got too vibey. Bye.
Now leaving Nerdist.com.